Welcome, friends, and thank you for joining us. We're your co-hosts. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Nayeli. And this is the first episode in our series called Ordinary People, Season 1.
Okay, let's get into it. Have you ever come across a problem that you wanted to help solve, but you didn't know how? Maybe you or someone you care about had an experience that you wished you could have done more about. Maybe you noticed something in your community or on the news that you wished you could help with. If you're like me, you have a moment of sadness or empathy, a little bit of feeling helpless. You may take a moment of silence or prayer, make a donation, but then you move on with your life because you feel like the issue is way too big for you to help with. Or let's say you decide this is the time you're finally going to do something about it. But then you're faced with questions of how do I even get started? I already have too many things going on in my life to dedicate to one more thing. And even if I do dive in and volunteer my time and money to help with this cause, it's not really going to make much of a difference on a large scale. One example I feel like a lot of people can relate to is we have people who hang out in the median of the roadway in several areas around town and ask for money. The county put up signs that say, for your safety and theirs, don't give them money. And then they give a local number where people can call for assistance. I asked a woman one day if she tried that number, and she said they don't help much. They offer homeless shelters, but the shelters aren't safe. When I pass by someone standing outside my car window asking for money, it just tugs at my heart. I hate that feeling. I wish I was rich enough to give them thousands of dollars, but obviously I can't. On the other hand, there was a time when someone filmed and followed a woman who was a regular at asking for money in the median, and they caught her on camera walking over to a parking lot nearby and driving off in a really nice looking car. At the time the video went viral, the car was much nicer than mine. I think this is a really common scenario. We know there's a homeless problem, but we don't know the best way to help. We get conflicting messages and images. So once in a while, we might give money to someone standing there asking for it, but most often, we keep going on with our busy lives thinking, I really hope someone else is working on helping the people in my community who are in need. With any major humanitarian issue, there are a lot of mental and physical barriers that prevent us from solving these problems. We have busy lives. Many of us are juggling school, work, caring for kids, caring for aging parents, and any number of things that keep us busy. Most of us don't have money to give to every issue that pulls at our heartstrings. Maybe we can squeeze out some time or some money, but we don't really know the best way to help. Even when we do get involved in an issue that's important to us, it can feel like we're working very hard, but it's not making a significant difference. I've been feeling that way the last few years, that the work that I've done isn't making a big enough impact. So one day I recently asked my friend Nayeli to have lunch with me so I could run my thoughts by her. We worked together previously on an improvement project for our local community, and I always admired her passion and her perspective on things, and I knew she would get how I was feeling. At that lunch, I found out that Nayeli had recently been on a big journey of her own, and she was feeling similar.
As you might have noticed by my accent, I wasn't born in this country. I was born in Mexico, but through my educational journey and professional career, I have been able to live and visit many countries in the world. I have witnessed firsthand how human issues affect societies differently depending on their culture and social values. But also, I had noticed that we all share the same worries as humankind. We all need to satisfy our basic requirements of shelter, access to food, and clean water. But also, we all want to have prosper and a safe community for our families. My mom was a social worker, so I grew up way aware and worried about many social issues. I tried during my lifetime to help in the way I knew or were available to me at a time. When I moved into the U.S. almost a decade ago, I was greatly surprised by its volunteer power. The idea of dedicate their time and talents to help their community is truly embroidered in their social structure. Most kids, teenagers, and young adults are required by their school to fulfill a certain amount of volunteer hours. Also, many adults dedicate their free time helping and serving at churches, parent associations, and other organizations, even companies, had incorporated the social responsibility as part of their core values. At the beginning, I was very excited about joining this extraordinary force. Me, as I'm sure many of you, donated my time and money. I tried to volunteer to different organizations, but often I felt that my efforts were not generating a true change or improvement. The original fire started to wear down, and I was feeling in a spiral of despair. Social issues were transforming in front of my eyes into giants impossible to defeat. Last year, I embarked in an adventure. With no real hiking experience, I did El Camino de Santiago, a hundreds of kilometers pilgrim trail through the north of Spain. It took me a week to walk the last 110 kilometers between the small town of Sarria and the majestic Santiago de Compostela Cathedral. Every night, I was exhausted. My feet were covered in blisters, and sometimes too tired to even think about eating. Finding myself in that uncomfortable and vulnerable place made me confront my true mission in life. The spark to change things around was awake and stronger than ever. So many times, we have the will to help. We get the call, but we don't know how to answer it. I couldn't resist Hannah's invitation to create a space for everyone that is interested in learning factual information about social issues and also discover reliable and trusty way to focus all our efforts and willpower. We are ordinary people, but together we can create extraordinary change.
Our goal with this podcast is to tackle the barriers to progress, give you tools to overcome those barriers, and empower you to make real change in the area that you're passionate about. We want to meet you where you are with the time and resources available to you. There is no one else in the world like you who has your exact background, life experiences, passions, and skills. So there is no one out there who can help make progress exactly the way you can. So we will talk about activism, community volunteering, philanthropy. We'll talk about corporate responsibility. We'll talk about careers that are not typically considered helping roles, but how you can use your skills in non-traditional helping roles to make a difference. Each episode will be focused on a particular humanitarian issue, but even if it's not the issue you're passionate about, still tune in because you'll learn the ways to help that can be applied to the issue you are passionate about.
Even though we will dedicate one episode to each topic, we will still only skim the surface. If these were simple matters to solve, then we wouldn't be here. Take a topic such as homelessness. The experience is different depending on where it's happening, cultural backgrounds, and resources available. We really want to approach the human experience from different points of view.
In each episode, we'll start with our research and education to learn more about the topic. Then we'll discuss some of the challenges to solving these issues, pull in experts, and discuss various ways you can get involved. At the end of each episode, we will share 5 things you can do to help.
We are so excited for our after show in Spanish called Sobremesa to discuss in a more casual manner after each episode. Grab your cafecito and join us. We want to hear from you, so please feel free to share your thoughts and worries in our social media. Also, we want to showcase all of you that are already involved in projects to change your communities.
Now it's time for our 5 things that we can all do to help. Number 1, take control of your algorithms. Don't let your algorithms take control of you. Pick a few organizations that are already out there making an impact and follow them on your socials. Look for international, national, and local organizations that are working towards that thing that you're passionate about. So you'll start getting articles, updates, and opportunities to help right in your social feeds. It's a good idea to do a quick search on them first to make sure you're following a reputable organization.
Number 2, use your special talents for good. Use your gifts and the things you're already good at and already enjoy doing and find a way to apply those for good. For example, if you like to host parties, host a fundraiser party for you and your friends. If you do marketing or IT, or partner up with a local nonprofit who needs the work done on the side. It is a win-win. You are doing what you love and you are making an impact doing it.
Number 3, social impact socializing. Take your significant other, your friends, or your family on a date to a fundraiser. If you can't find one, host one and raise money, or volunteer at an event. Grab a meal, make it fun. Don't just do it once in a lifetime. Make it a regular part of your social life.
Number 4, take a mental break for yourself and think through what you want your impact to be. Take a walk, meditate on it, journal it, whatever you need to do. But we want you to take care of yourself. That's a really important part of your journey. You are a better human, a better parent, a better child, a better worker when you are giving yourself what you need. When your cup is full, you have more to give others.
Number 5, follow us to learn all the ways ordinary people like us can make a real impact. We're incredibly honored that you would take time out of your day to listen to us. We hope you'll add us to your favorites list, share with your friends and family, listen to us while you're on a walk, making dinner, or resting. We promise to do our best to make it worth your time. Our goal is to bring you reliable content to support you in making the change that you're passionate about.
Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcasting app so you are notified when new episodes drop.
You can support our podcast by subscribing on Patreon at patreon.com/ordinary people with Hannah and Nayeli. You can also find us on Instagram at Be The Change Hub and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn. All the links to our socials will be in the show notes.
Thank you for listening today and being part of this community of change makers.